Hello, art friends. I'm going to do a quick demonstration of how we are going to create our artwork inspired by Giraffes Can't Dance and Gerald the Giraffe. First, we're going to start out with our white sheet of copy paper. We're going to use simple shapes to help us figure out how to draw a tricky animal. I love this strategy. So first, I'm going to use an oval for the body of my animal. And as I'm drawing, I'm going to keep thinking about what body parts do I need. I need a long, thin neck. I need an oval shaped head. And as I'm drawing my neck or as I'm drawing my legs, I'm going to make sure that I put two lines so that my leg has some volume and I could close it off. Giraffes have four legs, so I'm going to add four legs, and it's okay if they crisscross a little bit. Maybe your giraffe is dancing. They could be whatever direction you want. I could add a snake line for its tail and a little tuft of hair. I could add triangles to create its ears, and I could create the small antler-like nubs at the top of its head with some rectangles and circles. I'm adding eyes, nose, and a mouth, and then I get to add spots. One thing that makes giraffes unique is that they do have spots. So to make this more recognizable, we're going to make sure that we add our spots to our artwork. Once you have sketched your entire giraffe, now it's time to color. Giraffes are typically yellow, but if you chose to make it a different color, that is okay. That is your choice as an artist. Please just focus on your craftsmanship, and that's how neatly you are coloring. So we want to make sure that we are coloring it in as solid as possible. You can use crayons, color pencils, markers, or paint for this. The options are really up to what you have at home. Please make sure that you're coloring him in fully or her, and making sure that you don't forget details like its face or ears. Giraffes tend to have brown spots. You could give them brown spots or black spots. And one thing that I've noticed is giraffes tend to have spots that look a little bit like rectangles or squares. So that could be a good way to help your giraffe look a little bit more realistic. Don't forget to color in the hair that's on his tail. Finally, I'm going to add some hooves to my giraffe so he has his feet, and I could go over some of the details that I don't want to lose. Our next step is going to be to cut. We are going to cut our giraffe as close to our picture as possible. But before I start, one hint that I have is that sometimes I draw a bubble outline shape around any shape that I have to cut out that is tricky. This will help me so that I don't accidentally cut off a leg or a tail. You can have a family member help you trace your outline around, but I want to see you using your own scissors and cutting it on your own. Remember, your scissors should always point away from you, not towards you. So if you have trouble, just cut off a piece so that you could better get to where you need to go. Or wait until a little bit later to cut out areas that might be tricky. It helps to sometimes have the excess paper out of your way. Remember, we're just cutting as close to our giraffe as we can. It's okay if there's that white outline around our giraffe. It is helping us so that we do not accidentally cut off its legs. And if you do, don't worry, you can put it back like a puzzle piece on your background paper. We should put our giraffe off to the side, save him, and now we will get to work on our background. Your large, thicker sheet of paper is for your background. We are going to be creating a landscape scene for our giraffe. So we are going to be using crayons, color pencils, markers, or paint to create this. And if you look on the back, there's actually a great example of a landscape with the green grass and the blue sky. So I'm going to add green to the bottom. We want to make sure that it is as solid as possible, not streaky. And one way to really build up our craftsmanship is, as a hint, just go over a second layer. It'll help fill in any white spaces that you see. I'm going to fill the whole bottom with my green so that I can have my grass before I do my sky. You will get to pick. You could do a light blue sky for daytime or a dark blue sky for night. I'm going to quickly color in my sky with watercolor paints. The reason that I'm doing this is so that you could see what it looks like if you use more than one material. Many young artists, when they first color their sky, only color the top of the page. But if you look at this crayon box example, or if you look outside, you'll notice that the sky goes all the way down to the grass, or to the trees, or to the mountain, or whatever you're looking at outside. So we're going to be working as artists to develop this art skill of making sure that our sky goes all the way down to the ground. Remember, you could do this in crayons, color pencils, markers, paints, your choice. But I would recommend not using color pencils for the sky because it is a very large area and color pencils are better for small details. Crayons might be a little bit of a better choice for our sky. Remember, we're going to try to fill it in as best we can, trying not to leave a lot of white spaces. And when we're done, we get to glue our giraffe to its scene.